So, you might have heard by now our Sensei Akira Toriyama has left us at the start of the month and got communicated this night. I need to take my thoughts out of my head. I even decided to postpone some stuff I was working on because I felt like it was only right for today to be preserved and dedicated to the legendary mangaka we recently lost. So I'm not the absolute anime creator, manga creator, or whatever. I'm not Joy. I'm not the anime man. I'm not one of those guys. But I think I speak for everybody when I say that his works contributed to the culture we currently have for the anime manga community, even in video games. Like, all of you may know him for Dragon Ball. His possibly magnum opus, his most important job. Uh, Many other, maybe a bit older like me, even know him about because of Dr. Slump. Some other know him because of Dragon Quest, Chrono Trigger. This is a hard hit for everyone. I can only imagine, for example, the situation in Mexico. I saw Mexican people putting the last episode of Dragon Ball Super in the main square of a city just to watch it together. So I very much respect that and kind of jealous that they get to do something this cool. So yeah, many works, many mangakas, many works today would not exist without his influence. Most notoriously, the big three, One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, all got inspired by Dragon Ball because they grew up with Dragon Ball. And if I'm not mistaken, even most more recent works like Jujutsu Kaisen got very inspired by by the Dragon Ball and Akira Toriyama. It's quite obvious to say that without him, we would not have many many things. The anime universe would not be the same. Many video games probably would not exist. Many, like even many creators would not exist. The mind goes to, for example, Devil Artemis, Car 2, Team 4 Star. You know who I'm talking about. We probably wouldn't have known Alejandro Saab for such a long time. Like, I discovered him when he voiced Charlotte. Yeah. And yeah, I feel very bad. Like, I never obviously met the man himself, and you may think, why the fuck are you getting so emotional about someone you did not know and was a millionaire? So I may have not known him, but I lived and grew up with his works and the consequences of his work, like many of us did. I started to work out, and I usually do with Dragon Ball hosts in the background. So it's very motivational. Like, it may seem dumb, but Dragon Ball Dragon Ball actually managed to teach me something, which is training discipline, values of justice, what what friends mean, and what protecting what's important to you means. And even if sometimes you fail to to protect what you sworn to protect, like I did, I I did fail to protect what I I said I wanted to protect, but yeah, I, that's something that should not stop you, even if you failed. You should learn from your mistakes and come back stronger than before, even if it's hard and it's painful. You should not get broken by it. And about the fact I saw some people saying it was a millionaire. Why do some people don't understand that just because you have gained a shitload of money and you reached such success in your life doesn't automatically make you a bad person. As long as you earned it, you worked for it, and you trained for it, you grasped it, then you deserve it. Because by that logic, we should all hate on people like Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse has worked for her position despite her chronic illness. Does it mean we should not feel pain or sad when she she something fucked up happens to her, like her illness doesn't allow her to do stuff like or to stay in the VTuber industry. Yago, just because he hit the jackpot with Hololive, doesn't automatically make him a bad person. There is some people that with success change and get put the worst of them out, and we do have some examples. Like if you watch the Carl Jobs videos about the completionist, uh, there is bad people, but there is good also good people even in between the people with a lot of money, quote unquote. So that doesn't make any sense, especially because Toriyama was an artist, and in a moment where artist as a job is threatened by the AI, abused and used by actual bad rich people to make more money for their own. It's a very big loss. So yeah, he, what what else I wanted to say? I didn't prepare a speech or these are just stuff in my head flowing flowing away because I don't really have someone to talk about this. So yeah. So one of the thoughts I wanted to express was also just because he got a lot of money because he worked out for it doesn't make automatically him a bad person. And if you know you can reach success, or if you want to reach success, go for it, grasp it, try your best. I myself, I'm trying my best with my channel, despite being very small, but I always try to make it work because that's something Dragon Ball has taught me, and that is to try and get to another level, a better level, always better than before, and it's something you should do. And if someone says once you reach success, says you, well, what the fuck do you want? You're rich now. You're garbage. Even if you're Mr. Beast, they don't actually care about the cause. They just wanna be little haters. You should just discipline yourself, be honest at any point in your life, rich, poor. If you're a good person and you know you are worth it, do it. I'm trying my best. You should try your best as well. And yeah, this is a hard date for the anime community, but really, it's a hard date for everyone that was born and grew up in the last 4 decades or so. Because even like Western works like Havadar the Leicester-Brander was inspired a lot of stuff. All the video games that got inspired is Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Sonic. I don't even need to explain that to you. Even where Sonic, if you wanna throw in the Super Saiyan 4, even if it wasn't Toriyama, you wanna bring in the Hozaku form, no, no. And yeah, that's it. We honestly probably would not have VTubers without the impact made by Toriyama, because thanks to him, anime has become very big, and that eventually brought us to VTubers. So his impact actually made some people better, helped some people better their lives, and yeah. In conclusion, he will obviously be missed because he was working on a lot of stuff. He was very excited about Dragon Ball Daima. This year, we are also getting the new Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi. So he did have probably a lot more to tell. He was just 68, but uh, a head injury, if I understood correctly. and and yeah, it's always a, a shame when artists disappear. So I feel like they told me, dude, anime is no more. So that's basically it. That's all I can say. The only thing I may add up as a conclusion, I encourage everyone here, including me, to follow his steps. Either you are a mangaka yourself, you are an artist of any kind, you wanna be a creator, just remember to be determined, to be a honest person. He taught us about being determined and to destroy any obstacle we may face. And even if a lot of people will say there's a lot of way better stuff than the Dragon Ball nowadays, even it might be true, but just remember there cannot be a better version of something if something doesn't start that something. You know what? Dragon Ball was the start of the modern perception of anime, especially action anime, shonen, shonen anime. So the sole fact that there is a better version, how some say, does not mean that what that those betters may have never been there if it wasn't for the first one. And the sole fact that something is considered better is just one more merit for the original. Because that's what started it. As people usually say, Dragon Ball worked, so everybody else could run. That's the entire point of a master, of a sensei, of a teacher. They teach you something in hopes that you do not do the same, but in hopes that you do it better than them in a way to better the art they're passing on to you. That's the entire point of being a teacher. You teach someone in hopes that they can make it better. And what Dragon Ball did was exactly that. It probably was not intentional. It was probably a guy that wanted to make his own take on the Sun Wukong legend. But it ended up influencing and inspiring so many people, and so many people made the art better. There cannot be an efficient sword without the first sword that may have its flaws, but it's the first sword. It's the alpha, it's the origin, and that's okay. That's how it should be. This whole fact that you are making your sword with all the efficient stuff, it's yet another victory for the first sword ever created. That's it. So we should now all do our best to be better, to better this world, to reach our top form, and even when we reach it, we should always try to go for more. We should go beyond our limits, and as in Dragon Ball, we learn we can do this. We can make this work better. People will say you reach success, now you suck, but if it somehow makes it better to not enslave us in overworked shifts, underpaid, trapped in a system, and we can break free of that in any way, we should do it. As long as we are honest. And if someone is not honest, it will be our duty to stop them. Not only the good grows, unfortunately, in this corrupt world. That's why we always gotta be better and better. We should all work hard, study well, and eat and sleep plenty. Because that's the turtle hermit way to learn. Arigato, Toriyama Sensei.